Alright guys, I'm here with a bit of information for Dragon Ball Legends. So, look, it is literally 6 a.m. I am exhausted. I stayed up all night because I thought they were going to release this information 2 hours ago, but they didn't. I really think that they've been handling this information very poorly, but here's hoping that when it comes down to the anniversary, they don't do it like this. But either way though, we now have the full details on what Ultra Kid BUU is capable of doing. So we're going to break this down bit by bit. So first things first, it says, of course, Ultra BUU Kid. This content is still under development and is subject to change. Please check in-game after this character has been added. This BUU's main strength can be summarized in one word: recovery. Even after taking damage, BUU will be able to stubbornly recover any lost health. That's not all though. It has plenty of offensive abilities like Blast Armor, Arts Card Draw Speed Up, Special Cover Change Nullification, and Endurance Nullification. This Ultra character combines an excellent offense and defense with a powerful time type unique gauge. Whoa. Wait, what? Okay, I guess we'll get more details on that in a bit, but yeah, it seems like he has everything. Again, he's offensive. He has Blast Armor, which is good. It doesn't say if it's Blast Armor on Strike or maybe Blast Armor on like whatever his special move is or whatever the case may be, but we'll find out those details in a bit. Then of course, having Arts Card Draw Speed is always a good thing. Special Cover Change Nullifications, fantastic, because too many units are able to cover change everything. And then of course, being able to nullify Endurance is like the cherry on top. So standard stuff that I would expect an Ultra or summonable Ultra unit to have. Anyway, Element Factor is yellow, so yes, he is the next yellow Ultra unit. And also, it's really good that he's this Element Factor for two reasons. One, Regen desperately needed a new yellow unit, and that is an understatement. And two, with him being a new yellow unit, hopefully that will shut down Gogeta Blue now. Again, Gogeta Blue has had plenty of time to, you know, shine in the spotlight, but with him being a yellow unit, I'm really hoping that it'll be able to shut that unit down, because Lord have mercy. Anyway, so he is a yellow unit, character tags, Regen, Absorption, and Powerful Opponent, and episode Majin Buu Saga Z. So again, pairing him up with the Zenkai Super Saiyan 2 Goku will be good, because he will get a Zenkai buff off of that. But also, Ultra Super Vegito would, so you could try to pair those two together and try to make it work. Alright, so main ability. In addition to restoring own health, this powerful main ability inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrades. Draw the ultimate arts card Universal Destruction next. Restores own health by 25% and ki by 40. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 40% to health restoration for 20 timer counts. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 30% to damage received for 20 timer counts. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 1 arts card draw speed level for 20 timer counts. Requirements: 25 timer counts must elapse. That's actually really nice, especially with units that have the ability to restore their health, especially if they have like a kit that like adds onto it, whether they are like super bulky or like super offensive, like able to deal a lot of damage. Really annoying, on top of having to, you know, have them restoring health. So being able to cripple that health restoration helps out a lot. And of course, adding on the extra damage is really good. Again, prime example on how, you know, who this would be really good on would be Ultra Gogeta Blue. And then of course, minus 1 arts card draw speed is always good, so that means you slow down your opponent's combo. Alright, Z abilities. Great for regeneration and powerful opponent parties. So the first Z ability, plus 28% to tag regeneration, base strike attack, and defense during battle. Z ability 2, plus 30% to tag regeneration or tag powerful opponent, base strike attack, and defense during battle. Z ability 3, plus 3% to special move damage inflicted by tag regeneration, and plus 38% to tag regeneration or tag powerful opponent, base strike attack, and defense during battle. And then Z ability 4, plus 5% to special move damage inflicted by tag regeneration, and plus 42% to tag regeneration or tag powerful opponent, base strike attack, and defense during battle. That's the ability 4 sounding kinda nice. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, again, the plus 5% to special move damage is always good. Again, the stronger the special move, the harder it'll hit, right? But that plus 42% to your base strike attack and defense? Whew. Oh man, like that can really, really help. I mean, again, I stand by saying that Melee is probably your best arts card that you can get. in terms of like the two basic ones, or two standard ones, I should say, you know, being Strike and Blast. Strike, in my opinion, is your best option because Blast is too heavily punishable. So being able to boost that damage while also being able to mitigate that type of damage, really nice so far. Really nice so far. And also, again, like, I'm just glad, because it seems like this unit's a melee type. I don't know if it said it earlier, but it seems like this unit is a melee type, which is good, because the last thing you want to be in this meta with units that have nothing but blast armor is a ranged type. It is just not a good typing at all, in my opinion. Okay, Ultra ability. Get a powerful buff in regeneration parties, even if BUU is not the leader. If this character is the leader, applies the following effects to self when battle starts. Plus 30% to damage inflicted, and plus 30% to key recovery, both cannot be cancelled. If this character is not the leader, applies the following effects to self per tag regeneration battle support member when battle starts. Plus 5% to damage inflicted, and plus 5% to key recovery, both can't be cancelled. Up to 3 support members will be counted. So, you know, just kind of like how ultra abilities work. The main thing is it's focusing heavy on regen. I mean, I don't know, like right now, like the main regen unit I would say you would have alongside BUU would be like what, Zamasu? So it's unless like regen gets like a significant buff, which I mean this seems like a really good buff so far, but unless like regen starts getting like units left and right to like bring them back into the meta, I don't know how effective this is really gonna be, because let's be honest, regen is a relatively dead tag. But then again, actually, and I just forgot, no, BUU did just get some unique equipment, and it actually helps out. So I guess you have what, BUU, Zamasu, and then this kid BUU, but you're gonna need more than that, especially because I'm pretty sure out of all these units, the only one that can cover change would be this kid BUU. So yeah, it's not bad. They just really need to build up regen. If not, then people are probably gonna be running this BUU on powerful opponents. So it is what it is. And then of course, we have a Strike, pierce through enemy damage reduction effects on hits, impact damage cut penetration, gain ability, or I can't speak, I'm sorry, it's so early. Gain attribute upgrade, minus 10% to enemies sustained damage cut effects, and then blast armor when charging forward. Okay, so this BUU does have blast armor like I said earlier, but he does have it on Strike, so that's good, which means that, you know, in neutral, long range, you have an option to be able to approach the opponent without being heavily punished, so that's good. Blast arts, pierce through enemy damage reduction effects on hit, impact damage cut penetration, gain attribute upgrade, minus 10% to enemies sustained damage cut effects for 10 timer counts on hit. So whether you land your Strike or blast arts, both will, you know, give you the upgrade, minus 10% to enemies sustained damage cut effects. So there's that. Just land Strike and blast and deal crazy damage. Special move, if the unique gauge is full, restore key and vanishing gauge, and even inflicts no switching upon activation. Oh, here we go. Here we go, the unique gauge, goodness gracious. So that's already powerful, especially with how much key you may restore and the vanish gauge, which we're gonna find out now. So deals massive explode damage, of course, applies the following effects to self upon activation. Restores 20 key, okay, so that's enough to use at least a Strike. Restores on vanishing gauge by 100%, but it activates twice. So it's powerful, but it's still relatively regulated. So we'll have to see how that works, like actually in game. And then destroys all enemy cards on hit. Blast armor when charging forward. Okay, so his special move also has blast armor, another powerful option for both mid, or if you're just lucky enough to throw it early enough, long range as well. Inflicts all enemies with no switching for 3 timer counts upon activation if this character's unique gauge is full. So the yeah, that sounds powerful. Like, again, the vanish being able to restore that by 100 is good. However, what I will say is, even though it restores it by 100% when your unique gauge is full, there are a few factors that we have to consider. 1, how fast are you able to even build up that gauge? And 2, how does it compare to units that are able to replenish their vanish, maybe not by 100%, but by easier means than this unit? Prime example would be like Tag Super Saiyan 4, Goku, and Vegeta, right? Like, you throw out a special move, you're practically gonna get your vanish back. Like, it's I don't think this is going to be ineffective, but there are other units that are able to do it consistently in comparison to this unit. But maybe this will still be beneficial. I mean, I don't think it's not beneficial, don't get me wrong, but there are other units that may be able to execute it easier than this unit. So again, another thing that we'll actually have to see once we actually get some gameplay. Okay, special skill. Nullify the enemy's special cover changes and even convert your blast arts into strike arts. Go on the offensive with strikes after using a special arts. So that's actually good. Again, like I said earlier, blast arts is probably the worst arts card you could get in the game. So being able to swap all of that into strike is good, while also being able to nullify cover change, which is fantastic. So you swap all those blast arts cards to strike, and you get to keep your combo going without having to worry about somebody stopping your combo. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. Restores ki by 40, so you'll even have enough ki to continue. Plus 20% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, so extra strike damage is also a good thing. Changes blast arts cards into strike arts cards, which is what I just said. Applies buff effect, nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover for 10 timer counts. So again, you nullify cover change. Draw a special move arts card next on hit if this character's unique gauge is full. And then comboable arts, strike arts, blast arts, special move, and ultimate. Oh. Okay. So it's I don't know if it's it has to be like either a rush in or like a projectile. I mean, obviously we don't know just because we don't have gameplay, but we can at least assume that it's gonna be like a rush in, kind of like how a Pui special skill is, or a projectile, kind of like how you know, LF 17 and 18, like the 17 portion of it, how that is, right? But either way, the good thing about it is you'll be able to follow up with everything, which is good, because most units nowadays are only able to follow up with their special move. But I think the only unit in recent time that's able to follow up with everything from a special skill is actually Pui. And he's a free-to-play unit, so being able to follow up with everything is nice, especially that ult. That's gonna be really nice. Speaking of which, ultimate. This powerful ultimate arts nullifies the enemy's endurance effects while also damaging all enemies and sealing their main abilities. What the? Wow. Let me put this into perspective real quick. Before we actually break down like the actual details of the ultimate, just imagine, like, maybe you're running Majin Buu Saga Z for whatever reason, right? You have this Kid Buu. You also have Majin Vegeta, who just got a Zenkai recently, and you also have Tag, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. All three of those units are able to attack the bench, or not the bench, sorry, the entire party of the opponent. All of them, even if they're on standby. So that means, for example, you land Final Explosion with Vegeta, you hit everybody. You land Transcendent Kamehameha, you hit everybody. And then you land, Universal Destruction, you land that, you hit everybody. This team is gonna be able to just destroy everybody's health. So, I mean, obviously that's like if the circumstances are good, because again, like anything can happen, but that episode, like Majin Buu Saga Z, now has the potential chance of just wiping out the entire back end for your opponent. So that's actually kind of crazy. Anyway, deal supreme explode damage. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. Plus 20% to ultimate damage inflicted for 3 timer counts. Nullifies enemies, restores health when it reaches 0 effects when this character attacks for 3 timer counts, so nullifies endurance. The following effects occur on hit. A portion of the damage inflicted will also be dealt to enemy members on standby. This cannot cause them to be defeated. Seals all enemies' main abilities for 5 timer counts. Blast armor when charging forward. So this unit has blast armor on all effective moves. So again, strike, special move, ultimate attack, he has blast armor. So you got to be very careful utilizing blast against this unit. He will more than likely be able to punish you accordingly. And, you know, also being able to seal their main ability is actually kind of nice too. Okay, now the unique abilities. Unique ability 1, fill the unique gauge and get a massive 2 levels of arts card draw speed up. Oh my god. When combined with the boost at battle start? 2 levels of arts card draw speed at the beginning of that's insane. BUU has high modifiers to damage inflicted, giving it both strong recovery and high firepower. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. I can't believe I'm about to read all this right now. Plus 110% to damage inflicted, reduces damage received by 60%, increases arts card draw speed by 1 level, applies attribute upgrade, minus 20% to enemy sustained damage cut effects, restores own health by 30% only once when it reaches 0. Holy crap, this unit has endurance. Plus 15% to health restoration for 60 timer counts, nullifies attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions for 60 timer counts. All of those cannot be canceled. This unit has endurance. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first Ultra unit with endurance. Rose doesn't have it. GOGETA BLUE doesn't have it. Broly doesn't have it. Broly definitely doesn't have it. Yeah, like, no, sorry, I'm mistaken, I forgot. It's the second one. Ultra Super Vegito has endurance. So, that means Majin Buu Saga Z has 2 Ultra units with endurance. 2 of them. Wow, okay. That's gonna be actually insane to deal with. Gradually charges own unique gauge over time while this character is on the battlefield or on standby. Applies the following effects to self while unique gauge is full. Plus 30% to damage inflicted, reduces damage received by 10%, minus 5 to arts costs, increases arts card draw speed by 1 level, all of those can't be cancelled. If unique gauge is full after enemy attack is over, it resets to 0 and the following effects occur. Restores own health by 20%, plus 10% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled, shortens ally substitution counts by 2, and randomly destroys 2 enemy cards. Okay, not bad. So, if you really want to take advantage of the arts card draw speed, get your unique gauge up, that way it can go up by practically 2 levels, and then you just never end your combo, just ever, it just keeps going. Alright, and then, unique ability 2, has a special cover change against strike arts. There it is. Okay, so he has strike cover. Recover health and ki every time an arts card is drawn for impressive durability. Plus, when the enemy activates Rising Rush, recover your vanishing gauge by 100%. Wow, okay. And when 2 allies are defeated, nullify enemy endurance and activate other powerful effects. Whoa, wait, what? Hold on. Okay, so of course, knocks enemy back to long range if a cover change is performed against a strike arts attack, activates during assist, so just strike cover. Combo arts special move, so you can combo to your special move. Also applies the following effects to self every time this character draws an arts card. Restores health by 2 and restores ki by 10. Whoa. Okay, so again, that arts card draw speed is gonna be really good because your health is gonna recover and you're gonna get a lot of ki. So it's gonna be really hard to stop this unit's combo. Applies the following effects to self every time this character uses a strike or blast arts card. Plus 10% to special move damage inflicted for 10 timer counts, plus 10% to ultimate damage inflicted for 10 timer counts, plus 10% to ki recovery for 10 timer counts, okay? The following effects occur when this enemy activates, or when enemy activates Rising Rush while this character is on the battlefield. Activates once. Restores own vanishing gauge by 100%. Cancels enemies' attribute upgrades and buff effects. That is really, really nice. Okay, so I can see that being extremely effective against the likes of GOGETA BLUE. I don't know, it kind of seems like they're building this unit to be a counter to him, actually. But I'm all for it, 100%. And then the final parts, applies the following effects to self when 2 allies are defeated. Charges unique gauge by 100%. Okay, so you max it out, you get that card draw speed back. Nullifies enemies, restores own health when it reaches 0 effects. When this character attacks? Oh my goodness. So this unit has, this unit is like an all-rounder. Because at first I was like, okay, you want to use them as like, you know, like your point, right? Because of like all the buffs that he gets at like the beginning of battle, but all the buffs he gets at the end too? Having him as last man standing may not be bad either, because he goes from being able to only nullify endurance by using his ultimate attack to, if he's last man standing, he nullifies a period. So that's actually really dangerous. Wow. Holy. Okay. No, this unit is actually sounding kind of crispy. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like they are trying to design him as a counter to Gogeta Blue based off of everything that we see on here, right? Again, turning your blast darts into strike. Remember, when you fill Gogeta Blue's unique gauge, your cards get knocked down. Well, your strike arts cards get knocked down, and you're left with your blast arts cards, right? But if you have a special skill, if I'm not mistaken, you pop that, you get strike arts cards. That counters that unique gauge, right? Again, you cancel those buff effects and whatnot. So if Gogeta Blue uses Rising Rush, probably gonna be okay, right? There's so much going for this unit, especially the fact that it's very clear that they're a melee type. But again, the fact that they're a melee type, yellow, and they have a lot of abilities that seem to go around what Gogeta is able to do, this is more than likely going to help out a ton. And not only that, like putting Gogeta to the side, we still have the likes of Zamasu out there, because again, Zamasu's a powerful blue unit, but again, being able to nullify the endurance the way that he's able to might be able to keep him in check as well. The only downside we have is Rose, so we still have to deal with him. But I'm gonna be honest with you, this unit actually sounds pretty freaking good, and I can't wait to summon for him. But I do want to know what you guys think about Ultra Kid BUU's stats in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.